actually, and she highlights a little picture frame. Does that make sense to you? I feel like as if I would have been hooked up to machines toward the end. Like I feel like I'm hearing hospital, like hearing and I feel like it was almost um diagnosis was expected, or I feel like it was a lengthy process for until her
Correct.
transition. Does that make sense to you?
Correct. Yeah.
And I feel as if I don't know if I needed assistance with my breathing as well. Is that her?
Yes.
Like, I don't know if it was like not a lot of visitors allowed. I feel as if there would have been a lot more there, but there couldn't be. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know if there would have been like distance between you for a little while in terms of like location.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, because it feels like I wasn't able to like be in touch as much in person, but we were still communicating. We were still always
Correct.
in touch, and just she just really highlighting that um the communication's always been consistent, really valuing the connection, between the two of
Yeah.
you. There's also a gentleman's energy behind her. He
Okay.
feels tall to me and quite like slim in his build. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Like not afraid to get his hands dirty, like a like a guy's guy. At the same time, very gentle, very caring, very feels like very respectful, nurturing, especially towards the women in his life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm also seeing like a cigar or something as well. But I feel like that was also a bit of the cause here. I feel as if I'm coughing quite a bit towards the ends. I feel like specifically lungs with him. Does that make sense to you?
That's my dad.
Okay. Let's focus on romance. So I feel as if are we talking to two different people?
Yes.
And is one an ex?
Kind of.
Okay. I'm getting some chills. They're giving me the impression that we need to create a little bit more distance with the gentleman that's been in the picture before.
Yeah.
Okay. What was can no longer be.
Yes. Yes.
So let's just put that aside because with A, we can get there. Like we can get to um, what we love. They show me the marriage card. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. And on the card, too, it says here, you will find them only when you reveal yourself. So I do feel like maybe we're holding back a little bit. Understandably so. We've been burned, we've been hurt, and so we're proceeding with caution. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. I do feel like part of part of the difficulty in revealing your true self right now with specifically partner A is because there's still too much influence in the energies from partner B.
It's absolutely correct.
Okay. So I have here still quiet the storm. So I do feel like we have to settle some of the energies a little bit. I think that's maybe why it's been a little difficult to receive a little bit more clarity or feel confident in our decisions because the energies are really, it just feels like I'm really rocking and rolling here. So we need to settle that a little bit. That's actually also taking up a lot of your mental space.
It is.
But if there's any hesitation or if you're unsure about partner A, that energy really does feel good. This person's spirit is also a lot more adventurous and feels a little bit more coherent to your energy.
Yes.
Less
Absolutely.
friction, less, it just feels
Yes.
a little bit more effortless, a little bit more smooth.
Yes. It's easy.
Yes, yes. And that's what we like when it comes to
Yeah,
romance.
we do.
With work. So are we working online right now?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm just a little confused because are we working two jobs or did we just leave one and start another? I just feel like I've got my hands in two different piles.
Yes, so basically it's like it's a mix of the two,
Okay.
but what I need is like based on the job, decide where to leave because I'm
Gotcha.
so all over the place.
Yeah.
And even like to look for a new job, I need to, have put some roots somewhere
Yep.
because
Are
now
we
I'm just all over the place.
are we already living close to the water right now?
Yes, right now, yes.
Okay. But like I feel as if the water's right there. Is that where you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay. But to be honest, I see you actually moving around more in Europe. Are you already doing that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So okay, let's explore that a little bit more. Because have you been brought to Portugal? Like, keep bringing Portugal up for me. Have you been brought to Portugal for your travels yet?
Not yet, but I thought about it. I thought about
Okay.
it to go there for like summertime. It was
Okay.
literally at the top of my list.
Woo, I just gotta chill. Okay. But south, right? Like we're talking
Yes,
about the south, like
yes,
far
yes.
south Portugal. Yeah. I definitely feel like I want to be taking some extra courses here. I feel like I need
Okay.
to level up a little bit with my education. It's not even my education, like with my knowledge or my resources. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's
Okay.
literally like I was debating, like, should I go back and take in some classes, study more, like in my field, or should I just like, change job and do something else? But
Yes.
again, it's like I don't know, like I feel like I'm in a
So
whirlpool
many, yeah,
of, yeah,
it does feel like there's a lot of energies, like there's a lot of it's, but it doesn't feel like a place I don't want to be in. It feels like there's a lot of opportunity. It
yeah,
just feels like the opportunity is overwhelming. So I
correct.
feel like, again, with this still card where we're needing to
Yeah,
kind of like settle some of the energies, dealing with the romantic aspect of your life is going to help create so much more space and clarity,
yes,
because that's been even influencing some of your decisions moving forward
yeah,
with your own life. That's not
yes,
fair. That's not fair. So we need to like clean that up.
yeah,
Definitely want to be adding some, yeah, education. Are we in like marketing or
yes,
advertising or okay,
marketing. Yeah.
marketing? Yeah, I feel like okay, so I feel like with the courses and the education, we get better, bigger
Mhm.
partnerships or collaborations. Yeah, I definitely want to be getting leveling up with the
Okay.
education. That's going to bring you a
Okay.
lot more opportunity. I do feel like there will be some North American partnerships,
Hmm.
but don't need your presence physically. Like I feel
Okay.
like it's stuff that can be handled online, virtually. I feel like dad's being like, she's not sleeping enough, not sleeping well, or not sleeping enough.
Yeah.
Um, would he have called you a nickname with like a B or like,
Yes.
yeah, because I
Yeah.
feel like,
Betty, Betty,
okay,
Betty.
because I feel like he's being like my little, like, yeah, he really wants you to be taking care of yourself a little bit more. Just feel like we've been a little bit depleted. So getting more rest. I also feel like, is it partner A's job that requires him to travel a lot as well?
Not really. No.
Is it just that he likes? I just feel like there's a lot more travel with that person. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, he's planning to.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
he's
I
planning
do,
to do that.
okay, because I do feel like you're going with. Like I do feel like, or I don't know if he has already mentioned it to you, he definitely wants you to experience some of these travels. He wants to
Yes.
like, it's almost get the feeling like I want to do life with you is the feeling that I get. Okay.
Yeah. It
Oh,
actually gives me chills because he just texted me this morning planning a trip for us. So this
there we
morning,
go.
like literally an
There we
hour
go.
before I talked to you.
There we go. I love it. I love it because I have, so okay, we're going to go back to romance a bit here because I have opening.
Mm,
Okay. And on the card, it says someone is waiting for your courage to arrive.
mm.
So it's like he's just waiting for you. He likes you a lot. He's just waiting for you.
Yeah. I'm being on kind of like on the side, like I am not sure, I don't know.
Yep.
So, and he's given me more signs right now, and I'm still on the edge.
Yep.
But it make everything you said, it makes total
Yeah.
sense.
That I would love, like that feels, because how I see connections too, it always feels like these kind of like threads or pathways. And I always ask to see I always ask your loved ones to show me the paths that are in your highest alignment, right? Like what
Yeah,
feels good in terms of it's going to bring you a lot of abundance and like all the good stuff.
yeah,
It doesn't necessarily always mean it's an easy path, but that's the path that's best suited for you.
yes,
And so when I'm feeling into all these little currents like that with partner A, with the new energy, like that feels like a thread that I want to go down. Okay.
yeah,
Hardest battlefield is the one behind your eyes. The hardest battlefield is the one in your mind.
yeah. I'm fighting with my mind. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And then I have since joy will return and it will feel like a surprise. So I feel as if it feels exciting. It's almost like we're returning back to ourselves. I do feel like there will still be somewhat of a connection, um, like a friendship type of connection where we're not talking like we are now, but it's just more oh, because somehow I still just I feel as if like are we connected by friends or something? I just feel like
Yes, yes,
somehow,
yes,
yeah, okay.
yes,
Somehow it's like I feel like there's a meeting of the three that kind of happens. I see it. All right, I have to let this go. It's like a realization on his part where I need to now come to terms, come to peace with this. I do feel like he's a little more stubborn. I feel like there's bull energy there. So Taurus or Aries energy, I feel like I'm seeing, um, or a year of the ox or something. I just feel like I'm quite set in my ways. I feel like he's quite set in his ways. Fight.
mm,
Flaunting your strength will attract stronger opponents.
yeah,
Okay. So I feel like you come into a strength yourself. You become more resilient. You become more strong. You become more confident. Where I feel as if this person, B, might have made you feel powerless in some situations or
absolutely. Yes.
and I feel like he actually enjoys that. I don't like what I feel there. I feel like
Yep.
he takes some pleasure in making you feel small.
Yep.
And I feel like because you start to come into your confidence by April, I feel by April you feel your energy feels different. And by April your energy feels a lot more joyful, a lot more playful, a lot more lighter. I feel like I'm smiling more and laughing more. I feel like I change my image somehow. But you feel stronger. And so that strength is attracting stronger partners in your life that
Yeah.
help make you feel strong.
Oh yeah, it's spot on because I had the same feeling that in the past he enjoyed, see me like small,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing everything to make me feel small.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point I thought he was a narcissist for this reason. And
Mm-hmm.
I still think he is,
Mm-hmm.
but I just become like to a realization that is like I won't let anybody treat me like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know my value. So
Yes.
since the moment I step up and say like, I don't like it, I'm done with you, he changed completely his behavior to try to lure me back in.
Yes.
And the connection that is still on is like mentally, I'm completely done with him.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is closed for him
Mm-hmm.
because of so many reasons. But I still have this attachment. So
Of
it's
course.
like,
And not only that, he is confusing you a little bit.
yes, he is.
These new him or whatever is confusing you a little bit, but it's not real.
Yeah, I totally believe that because it's exactly the feeling that I have for so
Mm-hmm.
long, so
Mm-hmm.
long. And with the prospect A, that was like the reason is like, is this is real? Is this is something that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, is like, I want to enjoy it. I want to live it day by day and see
Yep.
what happened without giving him like a label or
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mhm.
and, see what's going on. Maybe there's no future, but at the same time, I enjoy these moments because
Yes.
it's part of life.
Yes. So that's why with that marriage card, I was like, it doesn't necessarily mean marriage because
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily feel like that, but it's saying you will find that person only when you reveal yourself, and you
Yes.
haven't really been able to do that with
No.
the partners
No.
that you've been with. So partner A helps to bring that out of you a little bit, helps to
Yeah.
build your confidence up a little bit, helps you looking at life differently, which
Yes.
maybe that you do move down that path with him, we're into a more committed long-term thing. But to be honest, that's not what your loved ones, that's not what they're showing me right now.
Yeah.
They're not having me focus on long term. They're having me focus on the things that make you happy, that bring
Yeah.
you joy and play and a little bit of lightness in your life, because I
Yeah.
do feel like that is part of your foundation, is how you are loved, how you are in romantic connections and relationships, and that foundation is then what helps to structure all the other parts in your life. So when
Yes.
you're feeling more joyful, more playful, more adventurous, you're going to take risks, you're going to make decisions based off that frequency and vibration,
Yeah.
and
That's who I am. Exactly.
those decisions are going to make you feel like you're falling in love with your life again.
Yes. It totally
Okay.
makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Okay. Let's take care of partner B.
Yeah. First of
Okay.
all.
First of all, it feels like we were more spiritual, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
for a period of time. And that's just kind of faded. It's not gone, but it's
Correct.
just kind of faded. And
Yeah.
so I want to kind of boost that up a little bit
Okay.
too. I just feel like just reconnecting with your intuition and discernment so that it's easier for you to filter out illusion. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Enjoy our conversation so much. You're being
Good.
great. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.